Welcome Corona Cafe. I am back with another seated and gentle yoga practice for you all today. So we will be sitting for most of it and then we'll end up on our backs at the end. The only prop that you need is some sort of sturdy block-like object. So it can be a thick, sturdy book. It can be a yoga block. And if you don't have these, you can't find a book, you can't find anything like that, don't fret, still try anyway, and we'll just work through those parts when we get there. So for starters, just find a natural seated position. So usually when we start a yoga class, we think about lengthening the spine and rolling the shoulders back. Instead, I want you to just close your eyes and put your body into its default shape, the one that you sit in when you're not thinking about your posture. Now, if you have any discomfort sitting cross-legged, then sit up on a cushion, a blanket, anything to create a little more space here. Just notice, what shape does your body make when you're not aiming for anything? You're not trying to improve your posture. You're not trying to open the heart and breathe deeper. Feel that shape that your body naturally falls into. Notice where your head is relative to your shoulders. Notice where your shoulders are, where your heart is relative to your hips. Notice what your breathing feels like. And now if it's comfortable to still keep the eyes closed, you can let them stay shut and begin thinking about refining this pose. So we're gonna sit up a little taller. Notice what happens if you lengthen upward from the crown of the head. Imagine a string lifting from the top of your head, gently pulling you upward. Notice now where the head is in space, bringing the head back over the heart, over the shoulders, so that it's not jutting forward. Notice where the shoulders are in space, and we'll roll them up to the ears one time and then down onto the back, opening the heart. Let's do that 2 more times, in fact. So roll the shoulders forward and up to the ears, and then down onto the back, feeling the heart lift as you do so. 1 more time. Shoulders roll forward and up, down and back. Again, feeling where your body is in space. Where is the heart? Where are the shoulders? What does the neck feel like? Ideally, we want to find our head and our heart stacked directly on top of our hips and our pelvis so that we're fully supported by the ground. And then let's go ahead and open the eyes. Again, just noticing what this shape feels like. Noticing if there are any little adjustments or refinements that will make it feel better. And then we'll go ahead and inhale the arms up. And exhale the hands to prayer. Can you do that without rolling the shoulders forward? So keep the shoulder blades sliding down the back as you move. Inhale the arms up, the chest lifts. Exhale the hands down to heart center. 1 more time, filling the lungs. Inhale the heart up, and at your own pace, exhale the hands to heart center. What does it feel like to breathe when your spine is long and your heart is open? We'll drop the hands to the knees, and we're gonna just take a few little gentle rolls of the neck. So right now we have our head stacked over our shoulders, but go ahead and let the chin drop toward the chest. Letting the back of the neck be really long. And then keep length in the back of the neck as you inhale and breathe the right ear toward the right shoulder. So the left side of the neck gets really long. You'll notice the left shoulder might want to pop up, might want to crunch. Slide it down. Thinking about opening the heart still. Letting that left shoulder blade slide onto the back. Breathe. With your next inhale, the head gently lifts back up to center. exhale, drop it forward again, finding length in the back of the neck. And then we'll inhale the left ear toward the left shoulder. Thinking now about dropping the right shoulder down to lengthen the left side of the neck. Breathe into any sticky spots. Think about lifting the heart gently as the shoulder blades slide back. Soften the muscles in the face. When you're ready, inhale the head slowly back up to center. Exhale, drop the chin to the chest. Inhale, let the head move slowly, look up, keeping the back of the neck long so we're not crunching. Exhale, one more time, look down. Inhale, one more time, look up, feeling the length at the back of the neck. Exhale the head to center. We're going to go ahead and move through some cat-cows from a seated position. So they're cat-cows. With the inhale, we start by exaggerating this open heart. Exaggerate the shoulders coming onto the back. Look up a little. The heart puffs forward. So we're creating an arch in the low back. It's a very exaggerated movement with their inhale. With the exhale, exaggerated movement. We round like a cat, curling the spine and dropping the chin to the chest. Move with your breath. Inhale, open to cow. Exhale, round and curl in for cat. Inhale, open to cow. Move with your breath. Use the hands for leverage as you exhale, round into a deep cat. Move one more time at your own pace. Maybe hearing your breath, letting that sound wash over you. And then we'll come back to a natural seated posture here. Nice and tall, head over heart, heart over hips. Inhale the arms overhead. Exhale, the right hand drops to the right side. And exhale, lean, opening the left side of the body. Feel the spaces between the ribs. Notice if that left shoulder is crunching up to the ear again. Drop it away. Let the neck be long. Think about an open heart. And as you breathe, simply notice where you feel this stretch. Do you feel it between the ribs? Do you feel it in the left hip? If you feel the neck getting cranky, think about adjusting the position of your head to find a place where it's comfortable. With your next inhale, rise up. Exhale over to the other side. You can play a little, shifting the weight forward or back. Drop the right shoulder away from the right ear as you create space in the right side of the body. As you breathe, feel the ribs expand. With your next inhale, we'll rise back up to center. We're going to go ahead and bring the hands behind the base of the head, so right at the top of the neck, interlacing the fingers. So we create these sort of triangle shapes with our elbows. Now it's really important here that we not be pushing the head forward with our hands. So if this is just inaccessible without pushing your head forward, then you could try sliding the hands up to the top of your head and just gently resting them there and see if that gives you a little more space, or you can just keep the hands down if this is too much. So again, not pushing on the head or pushing on the neck. Think about actively opening. So the shoulders drop away from the ears. They slide onto the back. The elbows open, and the heart reaches and lifts forward. So with our inhale, imagine again you're in that cow shape, but with our arms lifted. So how much can you open that heart? You create a little arch in the low back. Inhale. Exhale, we're going to curl it all in, still not pressing or pulling on that neck, but let the elbows come together, let the head drop, let the belly pull in for our cat pose. Inhale, open the whole shape again. The gaze might be softly up. Exhale, round it all in, cat. Move with your breath, inhaling to open. Feeling the shoulder blades squeeze on the back. Exhale to round one more time with your breath. When you come back up, you can drop the hands, roll the shoulders up to the ears and down onto the back, releasing that work. And once again, we'll inhale the left arm up, drop that shoulder, breathe over to the side, opening the left side of the body. Drop the left hip down to add to the length. With your inhale, rise up. And exhale over to the other side. This time thinking about anchoring the right hip, letting the right shoulder slide away from the ear. Feel your breath. Hear your breath. With your inhale, rise up. Drop both hands. Feel the shoulder blades squeeze together on the back. Feel the heart lift. Notice where the head is in space, ensuring that it's stacked right over the spine. And then we'll inhale the arms up. Exhale, turn, twist to the right. The left hand can come to the right knee for leverage. Both shoulders drop away from the ears. So we're not in a huge twist here. We're just twisting as far as feels comfortable. We're only twisting as far as we can while keeping length in the spine. So if you can't drop the shoulders onto the back, if you can't sit up tall, back out of your twist a little bit. Within that twist, we can lengthen a bit on each inhale and soften a bit with each exhale. Feel the pressure of air pressing against your ribs as you breathe. Soften the face, soften the thoughts. With the next inhale, both arms lift. We'll move through the center and exhale over to the other side. So now the right hand comes to the left knee for neck leverage. But again, we're not pressing into this twist. We're not forcing. We're sitting up nice and tall, maybe lengthening a bit more with each inhale. On your exhales, you might think about relaxing the shoulders down onto the back. Feel the crown of the head reaching upward toward the sky. Feel the groundedness in the hips, anchoring you to the earth, supporting you. With the next inhale, the arms lift. Exhale back to center. And we'll just take a little fold here, as much as you comfortably can without rounding the back. So think about hinging from the hips, and whether that puts you in a big fold or a little fold, it's all good. We just don't want to be straining the low back. So even if we're just up here, that's fine. Breathe wherever you are. And then we'll walk our hands back up to center. And we're going to come down onto the back. This is where having a block or a book is handy. It's not 100% essential, but it can help and support you in the pose. So if you have a block or a sturdy book, then we're just going to lift the hips a little and place it right under the sacrum. So think top of the butt, lowest part of the spine. So it's like a little bit under, mostly under your butt, but a little bit of that low back area. And this should feel comfortable. If there's any discomfort here, ditch the book or the block. Think about rolling the shoulder blades together on the back. So you might have to lift the shoulders a little, bring the shoulder blades in, then let the arms relax back down. Now I do want to give sort of like one thing to think about here. We're going to be lifting our legs up toward the sky. So if you have very high blood pressure, or if your POTS symptoms are just really, really extreme, then either skip it or just do it very briefly and come back out. Don't hang out, because, you know, if all of your blood is pooled in your legs and you stick them up in the air, theoretically, you might be ending up with more blood than you want going to your head. So that's my word of caution. I find for myself, when I'm really, really potsy, I don't stick my legs up in the air for more than just like a passing through kind of motion. Like I wouldn't hang out with my legs up. When I'm having a good day, it feels awesome. So keep that all in mind. Inhale, bend the knees, bringing them toward the chest a bit. Exhale, extend the legs straight up. Now you can't see my feet, but go ahead and flex your feet so that the heels press up toward the sky. And play a little bit with this space that your legs are in. There's a sweet spot where we're not doing much work at all to hold them there. So if they're too far this way, we're working. If they're too far this way, we've got a core workout going on. Find that place of balance. And then go ahead and roll the ankles. So let the feet make little circles. And then relax the feet, take a big inhale. On the exhale, let the legs open to a V. It might not be a big V. My inner thighs are not very flexible, so mine is a little V. Breathe here. Now as we're going to inhale and bring the legs back together, you might even want to bring the hands to help you, so we're not putting too much strain on the low back. Heels press up toward the sky. Now point the toes toward the sky. Relax the toes, press the heels up. Press the toes up. So just back and forth. Heels, toes. At your own pace, maybe some more ankle rolls feel good. And then we'll go ahead and bend the knees. Bring them back in toward the chest. Relax the feet down. And settle into the support of this block here. So what we're trying to do here is get a supported bridge. So we're relaxing into this space so that we can open the heart pretty effortlessly because of this block. So again, think about rolling the shoulders under you a little bit more, so maybe the heart actually puffs up. Now, if you have a more flexible spine and you have a yoga block, you can play with moving it to a higher setting, you know, so pivoting it. That's not going to work so well with a book. And, you know, if you don't have a fairly established yoga practice, just stay in this place. Breathe. There should be plenty of space between your neck and the ground, so the neck is not pressing into the earth at all. The shoulders press into the earth. The hips press into the support of your block or book. The feet press into the support of the ground. Breathe. It might feel good to close the eyes and just feel the heart gently opening without much effort at all on your part. Notice which parts of your body move as you breathe. Perhaps there's a rising and falling in the belly, the chest. Maybe you even feel the back body expanding and contracting as you breathe. Take 3 more breaths here at your own pace, being mindful of each breath, feeling the sensation of your lungs filling and the sensation of them releasing. you've taken your 3 breaths and you feel ready to move again, open the eyes, lift the hips, slide your block or your book out. And we'll take a full body stretch. So arms come overhead, legs extend long. You can press through the heels or the toes, getting as long as you can, feeling the full length of your beautiful body. And then we'll curl and getting nice and tiny, becoming a ball. You can stay here hugging in, or you can hold on to the knees and make some circles, getting a massage for the low back, the kidneys, the adrenals. Those circles can be as little or as big as feels good for you. If you're making those circles switch directions, moving the other way. And we're going to find a happy baby pose. So it looks a little silly, but we're going to think about opening the hips, dropping the knees toward the ground, flexing the feet, and then you can reach and grab whatever's accessible. It could be your shins, it could be your ankles, it might be the outsides of your feet. Even if you can reach the outsides of your feet, it might not be the best choice, because what we really want is the sacrum dropping down. So I find if I hold my ankles, I can actively drop the sacrum down toward the earth more, so that I'm not tipping my low back up. Breathe into this opening. Soften where you can soften. Maybe the low back can release its effort. Maybe the muscles in the face can soften and relax. Allow the knees to come back together. Drop the feet. Find a full body stretch. One more time. Breathe into that space. Let the arms come out to a T as the knees come up again. And we're going to drop both knees to the right side of the body. And let the gaze come to the left hand. So look to your left hand as your knees come to the right. And then inhale the knees through center. Feel that nice low back massage as you move the knees over to the left side of the body and take your gaze to the right. Keep breathing. Keep softening where you can soften. Let the neck relax. Let the face relax. Find your way back to center. And then come into your Shavasana, whatever that looks like for you. So you might be lying flat on your back. You might be curled on one side. If you are on your back, think about rolling the shoulders under the body again. Think about lengthening the legs. Maybe sliding the heels just a bit farther away from the hips. Feel the head sinking into the earth. Let the eyes close and the eyeballs relax. Let the muscles around the eyes soften. Let the jaw soften. Perhaps the lips part ever so gently. Feel that softness travel down through the throat and the neck, into the shoulders. Feeling the shoulders and the upper back settle into the support of the earth. Breathe softness and openness into the belly, the chest, and the back body. Feel that air move down into the pelvis and allow the hips to soften. Let the legs be heavy. Let the feet fall outward, releasing any effort. Give yourself
a moment here to simply be, without doing, without clinging, without needing anything other than this moment, just for now. If you'd like to stay here for a longer Shavasana or rest, you're welcome to do so. For those of you who are ready to be finished, just bend the knees, roll to one side, pause here for a moment, press your way up to a seated position.
And see if maybe your new default for right now is a little longer, a little more open than the posture with which you were sitting at the beginning of our class today. Carry some of this openness, this length with you in your path. And thank you for joining me today. The light in me honors the light in each of you. Namaste.